Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to my channel on a Saturday night at my place. Right, I'll bring Shug straight in. We'll do that first. There he
No!
is.
Evening all.
Shug's drinking orange juice tonight.
Oh no. No, no. No,
So, right, what we're doing tonight. Right, a couple of weeks ago, Steve at SK Crafts announced the Makers Auction for this year, which is going to be for the British Heart Foundation. He did put a video up, but it was basically just a short clip of video um, just to do the announcement. But once I get dates and stuff, and once he gets dates sorted, I'll be promoting it a bit more. But tonight's piece is Steve got in touch with us this morning and asked if I'd do something for the auction this year, which I have done in the past, obviously. So tonight's piece is going to be the piece I'm doing for the auction, and the centrifugal piece I did the other week. I think you'll probably all remember that. Um, that was quite popular, so I thought I'd do that for the auction and see how that goes. So there we go. That's what we're doing. So I'll change camera. Oh, it is working. Thank God for that. And I'll
it
get on
is.
and do some turning, and Shug can let everybody know what's going on. And I'll give a bit more news a bit later on during the show.
That sounds like a plan. Right, let's have a look who we got in this evening. I'm going to go to as far back as I can possibly go, which isn't very far by the look of this. There we go. Right, so we've got Mr. Door 60 in. We've got Wee Val, or Little Val from Littleville, as Andrew likes to call her. Bit fly out there he is. We've got Mike Yu from
Oh,
Ilminster, Norman Greenwell. We've got Colin Izzard, all the way from the west coast of Arizona. That's that whole nother country. It's Ward Wilson.
good evening.
Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Who else have we got? Let's scroll down a bit further. We've got Mike from Dances with Aardvarks. We've got Malcolm Douglas. We've got, my favouriteest person in all the world. We've got Robert Klingspor Abrasives, UK.
Evening, Rob.
He's my favourite person because he sent me a hat and Mark still ain't got one. Oh dear, we've got Anita Curler. Anita
Evening,
Ball.
Anita.
We've got Wurzel the Wood Butcher, and thank you very much for the sub this week, Wurzel. I haven't been on my YouTubes much, so I'd only found out a couple of days ago. But yeah, we'll get it sorted, mate. Thank you very much. Who else have we got? Douglas Mungham's in. Evening,
Hi,
Douglas. We've got Graham Hain, Alan Gibb, Anthony Green, new name there, Aurora Woodcrafts, Peter
evening.
Kelly, Chris from Trent Creek Woodturner, Cornwall. Hello, Chris.
How's this looking? Oh, it's going to be quite nice. This is a piece of sycamore, by the way. It's about 13 inches by 2. So I'm just doing a basic shape on the bottom, like I usually do.
I bet Laurie Sabiro's out there keeping really quiet so she can say I missed her. But no. I got you, Laurie. Just in case. Marcel Duret's in. Hello, Marcel. Alan's correct. He said, Todd, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It is indeed. It's cider o'clock where I am. That'll do nicely.
Still need to take a bit more off that so I can get the clean wood.
Bob P's in as well. Hello, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Right, so I think I've got everybody, and that's all I've got to say about that. Oh no. Oh no, I missed somebody. Turning crazy. Hello.
Who's
And
that?
just popped in. We've got Shane Hurst.
Hey,
Hello,
Shane.
Shane. Katie the Cornish maid's in as well. Hello,
Hey there,
Katie.
kitty.
Don't forget, if you've got a question, peoples, feel free to put it in the chat, but put a QQ in front of it. I will attempt not to miss it.
I'm just getting the mortars done just now, obviously.
So what's the plan for this one then, Wen?
It's going to be like the one I did the other week. It'll be basically a platter shape on the bottom. Then on the top, I'll flatten it off. It'll be coloured black.
Yeah.
Then I'll be doing a centrifugal with Joe Sonia's violet, and then
Nice.
using the gold leaf size and doing centrifugal with the chameleon colours.
Oh, very nice. Very
Over the
nice.
top of the violet. And maybe another centrifugal after that with some of the flakes.
Nice. Now, I don't want to sound condescending here, Katie, but I think you're just showing off. Because she's showing off that she can multitask, Wayne, because she said, I'm watching, but I'm going to have a go on my mini pottery wheel. Whee! Yeah, just because you can multitask. I have enough trouble drinking,
that's all
breathing,
it
and
is.
commenting.
Right, get back to putting some shape into this now. Move the tool rest.
Ian Leach is in. Hello, mate.
Evening, Ian. Turn that speed up a bit. There we are, just short of 800. Just short of 800 revs now. Be looking to get rid of this bark as well.
Yeah, when that slows down, it doesn't have to look weird because obviously you haven't turned the outside edge, so it looks like it's stretched. Spider Spid's in. Hello, buddy. And he says, multitask pottery wheel. I'm watching Wayne with Harry Potter on the telly. You're a wizard, Harry. Andy the Valley Woodturner's in as well. Hello, Andy. No Lucy, out shopping by any chance?
Lucy usually works on a Saturday evening, doesn't she?
Either working or shopping every time I've asked the question. In our house, it's as back of clocks, says Andy. Nice.
Nice. I wish he'd stop mentioning that.
Chisky's Wood Creations is in, and so is Dan Clark. And Brian at Woodturning.
Evening,
Hello,
Brian.
peoples. Lucy's at work. That's all good, because I've not got the meme at the minute, Andy, anyway.
Yes, as people might have noticed, we haven't been doing memes tonight. I'm sort of getting rid of that. So the lives are going to be more like demos. So it is going to be more chance to ask questions. And if anybody's got any concerns or wants to know anything, I'll try and explain what's going on.
Bert's Bowles has joined us. Hello, Bert. And so is Raymond Wise. Good evening, good evening. Donna Love Angel has joined us as well. Hello, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
And Brian said that's great news, Wayne.
Right, bear with me a minute. I've just got something to do here. I'll just be a couple of few seconds.
James Crawford's joined us, and Steve Ash Lerner Turner. Hello.
I'm noticing a couple of cracks in this. There's one there. So I might just, while I'm messing about, I might just stick some super glue in that. I'm hoping it's not going to affect the top very much, but we will see. I'll just stick some CA in that, and then I'll be back in a couple of seconds. That'll dry off nicely so I can do a finishing cut. There's my mouse. There it is.
Ian's asking, hi folks, there was a young Scottish turner mentioned, I think, on Brian's live on Thursday. Can anyone remember his name or channel?
Daniel. I'm sure it's Daniel. If you give us a minute, well, Brian might be able to put it in. But if you give us a minute, once I've done this, I will. I'll find it.
Ward's got a good point, ladies and gentlemen. Avoid the rush. Smash the like button. You know you want to. There's a lovely 60 people in, and I'm only seeing 18 thumbs up. Go on. It's free, gratis, don't cost a penny. Gary Glass is in. Hello, buddy. So Mark S is in. Is the real bona fide Jennifer hiding as well, Mark?
I haven't seen Jennifer yet.
No, I'm just checking in case I've missed. I don't want to be missing people.
Right, let's have a look.
Ian Daniel Stewart was the channel.
Daniel Stewart, that's it. That's it. I was just going to look there. In fact, I will carry on looking. I'll put a link in.
It's all right. A few people have already mentioned it. Brian, Todd. So I think we're all good, mate. Somebody else mentioned it as well, and I've missed it.
Copy that.
Where's all the wood butcher? That was it.
And I'll just put the link in.
Fred Gilliver's in as well. Hello,
there's
Fred.
The link to that's the link to Daniel's channel.
Well done, that man.
I'm just waiting for a message coming back. Sorry about this, guys.
Adrian Olson, Woodturning has joined us.
Okay.
Marquez said, no shug, she sat, and then in commas, quietly watching. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Right, I'm back. What I did there, I just messaged Brian because I found something out the day. I was having a look on the RPT website, and Brian is now an RPT.
Is he now?
He is. Well done, Brian. Nice one, mate.
Well done, mate.
I didn't want to make that announcement without his permission, obviously. Right, so that's the finishing cut on there. That's grand. Now I'll do a finishing cut on the outside.
Barry Chitty's joined us as well. Hello, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
Adrian said, Brian, an RPT? What is the world coming to? I don't know.
So a nice, fairly thin, continuous cut for the finishing cut. And this is a push cut.
Benjamin's joined us. Hello, Ben.
Take it all the way past the edge so you get nice angel hair. That's grand. That's taken out all of the remnants of the glue as well. So I'll get this sanded now. Flaming wires everywhere.
I think Ben was on the fly there. He said, I've gone and forgotten how to get to my channel. Can someone put a link in for it, please? Ben, Ward's cover J said, search bar, Ben. Search bar. Well done, Ben. Well done, Ben. Fancy forgetting that. Dear me.
So I'm still using the Klingspor abrasives. These are the ones that I got from Marcel over in the States. So the different size grits. That one was 100. This one is 150.
Bert's Bowles has a question. He said, don't mean to ask dumb questions. No such thing as dumb questions, only dumb answers, Bert's. He said, what's an RPT? And it is a registered professional turner.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry.
An accredited qualification, I believe. Or as Adrian Olson says, a posh turner, Bert.
Right, that's finished nicely there. Now what I'm going to do now is actually burnish this with some web racks. This one's equivalent to about 1200 grit.
Mhm. There you go, Ben. Robert Klingspor's helping you out. He says, hang on, Ben. I think I've got it under my block channels. Good call, Rob. Good call. And Katie's got clay all over the kitchen. Oh, sorry, I weren't supposed to tell him that. I was not supposed to tell Chris that. Oh, dear. Terrible. Pete at Twisted Trees is in. Good
Hey,
morning,
Pete.
Pete.
Right, so that's got a lovely smooth finish on there now. So I'll just use some sand and sealer now. I'll be using a Hampshire Sheen matte sand and sealer.
So apparently, we now know the secret of how Brian achieved his RPT. He got bonus points for having to put up with Terry on his lives, Todd thinks. Especially if he was eating Toblerone, Todd. If he was eating Toblerone, it's terrible.
To get rid of a bit of the excess on that. Give it a quick spin to get it dried. And I am going to knock that back just a little bit with the web racks pad again. Yeah, that's nice and dry.
Oh, Sir Ben's got letters after his name now. He says Sir Ben Jamin UUT. I think that might be unqualified, unstable Turner. Is that what that is, Ben? Mark the gentleman Woodturner's in.
Hey, Mark.
He says, good evening, everybody. I can't hear what's going on as I'm in a noisy pub with Kim. Oh, well, there you go then. Don't mind too much. It's a pub. Nobody wants to be in a quiet pub.
And I'll just get that
So
finished off with some, yeah, I'll use the microcrystalline wax tonight.
So Klingspor are supporting the auction again this year as well, Wayne.
Excellent.
They're donating 5 abrasive cloth back rolls. Very nice. Ben, unregistered, unprofessional Turner. Right, okay. Okay. I still think I was right with unstable, though.
This is one of them pieces where you get halfway through and you think, do I really want to colour this? The
Yes.
way I'm going to
Yes.
colour it, because there's a bit of
Yes.
feather in there, which is looking quite nice. In fact, it comes all the way across there.
Do you want to colour it? Yes, Wayne. Yes, you do.
Well, yeah. Aha.
This bowl is not evolving. This bowl is a foregone conclusion.
I tell you what I forgot to do.
Go on, mate.
I forgot to grit it.
Oh, you're joking, man.
There we go. Lovely shine on that now.
Pete's causing trouble already. He said, Mark, I'm going to tell Kim you said she was noisy. Actually, good call, Pete.
There we go.
I like that. Check and then double check. Better to be safe than sorry.
You just get the top flattened off now. Or I might put a little bit of shape into it, but get rid of all the unevenness first.
Oh, there you go, Wayne. I've just had a message from our Callum. He said he's on his way to see Guns N' Roses today.
Oh, excellent.
I just don't know what to say. You know, you let him go abroad, and then look what happens. He starts enjoying himself. Right, so I think there's a new club in the offing. Adrian's saying to Ben that they think they should instigate that qualification as a formal one. You as the founder member and I can be the secretary. Obviously, Ben's trying to be a bit fly here because he says that's fine, Adrian. First things first, I'm going to need a £50 membership fee up front. And Adrian replies with, well, you pay yours to me, I'll pay mine to you, and then we quit. I think somewhere there might be a bit of a con coming here. I'm not signing up for this. I don't need no stinking badge to prove I'm unqualified. There's always Mike's alternative for registered amateur turners. Oh, I get it, Pete. We're the rats. I like it.
Aye, well.
Fred, we'll start our own club. Free membership. No badges.
No badges.
No badges. The only way we'll know each other is because we turn up to Wayne's Live. Lots to drink though. Yeah, I can go back. Oh yeah, that's just a plan I can get behind. Wurzel says I don't even call myself a wood turner. I'm so bad. Well, everybody has to start somewhere, and if wood butchery is your thing,
Right,
Rob's
get that sanded.
Rob's got a genuine bona fide question for you, Wayne.
Okay.
Question: do wood lathes need servicing as there is a lot of dust, etc.?
What I tend to do is now I've the switch on this. Once you open it up, it's basically fully sealed inside, so the switch doesn't need very much. The top of this lathe, the lid flips up, so you can actually change the belt ratio. And I usually blow that out with the air gun sort of once a month. I'll blow out around the fan on the motor around about the same as well. I don't do anything within the control boxes hidden underneath the lathe, underneath here, so I don't tend to do anything with that. The tailstock, I'll bring this to see if I can get the tailstock into view. So the tailstock, what I'll do, I'll take the handle off the tailstock and take the quill right out so I can give that a clean up and then put it back together. The bed, I usually do the bed with about maybe 800 grit. Give that a quick going over, and then use. I use PTFE spray on the bed of my lathe. A lot of people use machine oil for doing the bed of the lathe, but I just prefer to use the PTFE spray.
I use the PTFE on the bed as well, but if I know I'm not using it for a length of time, I do get that that restoration wax. Sorry, machine wax, the Axminster one, and I put that over it, just because I know that that there is a chance that moisture is going to build up in there.
Well, there's every chance moisture is going to build in here.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I have no idea if they need maintaining. I've not had one long enough yet. My first lathe I sold to get my second lathe, which was a complete rebuild. It was a bit of a basket case when I got it, and it was found in Cornwall, so there was a quick drive down there to fetch it and back here. Completely rebuilt it, and then I got Jamis, which I've completely rebuilt virtually and repainted, etc. I'll let you know if I ever get round to maintaining that.
I'll move on to 400 grit just to give a quick finish.
Bert's is asking, when you go over the bed with 600 grit, are you power sanding?
Yes.
Or just hand? Yeah.
No, I just tend to power sand. Stick it on drilly.
Alan, me neither, mate. I don't need a badge to that, but I have got a camera that proves it sometimes.
I can't tell. Is that the crack going through there? Is that the grain?
Yeah, Pete's got a very valid point now. Some of the older lathes, and maybe some cheap ones, had phosphor bronze bushes instead of bearings. They need regular oiling about every 6 hours of use. I didn't know it was that short. Reeves drives need regular maintenance to keep the pulleys working, but that's relatively easy as well, Pete. What I found with mine with the Axminster was pop the removable cover off, blow it all down, and then absolutely coat everything in that PTFE spray. Because the last thing you want in there is anything with any moisture. Because the amount of fine dust that I found in there, especially when I first stripped it down.
Right, that's grand. So this is going to get covered in black now. I know you're thinking, what on earth for?
No. It's got a pop, mate.
I've got another piece of this. I cut this off a plank. So I've got another piece of this which has got some really nice figuring in, which I will probably use the carnival colours on.
Todd said he uses paste wax on the bedways and the table saw top as well.
Right, so the usual when you're spraying paint, even when you're spraying sand and sealer, really, start outside and then go across the piece and finish outside. That way you get a fairly even coat.
Terry Cox is in. He says, hello from Hanging Window Shades, Indiana. That's not the new town name, is it, Terry? Yeah, Pete likes the Lebron machine wax. I haven't tried that. Like I say, mine's the Axminster one solely because obviously Axminster's the neatness was down the road from me. So Adrian Olsen said,
covered.
It seems like a shame to colour it, Wayne. It looks like the planet Jupiter. Oh, it did look like the planet Jupiter. Oh dear.
All right, turn that down. Low speed on These pulleys is around about 150. So I'm going to turn that down to 150 just till that lacquer dries. And while I'm doing that, I'll get some paint sorted out.
Rob said it now looks like the black hole, in keeping with the space theme. Yeah.
Just going to
See, now
loosen this off a bit.
Wurzel had a CL3, but he's now got a Regent. Nice.
Very nice. Right, so I'm using the violet Joe Sonia's iridescence. Where have I put the tub? I was going to show you there. There it is. It's had something else on the label there, but it's the violet one that I'm using.
Sweet.
And I've put some floor medium in there just to thin it down a little bit. And I have found that if you put too much floor medium in, it can actually start calling what in the paint world, certainly on YouTube, is called cells, where the paint separates and forms these little cell type things if you thin it down too much. See how that's doing? Yeah, that's touch dry. Whenever you're checking for touch dry on anything like this, if you're going to put a ball in the middle, always check in the middle. We'll
Unless you want a fingerprint in it.
Unless you want a fingerprint in it, exactly. Turn that speed up a bit so we can start getting the effect, and I'll just go around and pop some paint around here. Let's see how that does.
What's the weather been like up by you today, Wayne?
Showery. Not that bad actually. A few showers this afternoon, but that's been about it, really.
Oh, I like that.
Right, so that I'm going to put some more on. I might have to mix up some more paint, but I'll stick some more on.
It's been absolutely lashing it here all day. But it's that horrible, super fine mist, you know what I mean? The minute you walk out in it, you're absolutely drenched. What speed's that at, Wayne?
1100. Yeah, that'll do for that.
I do like that colour. I've got to try. I still haven't tried my Joe Sonia's yet. I need to.
Right, I'm going to keep that running. I'm wanting this paint to be dry because the next thing I'm going to do is put on the gold size. Now I'm probably going to need some lacquer, some clear lacquer, because I'll need a coat of clear lacquer on just for the size to go onto. It doesn't need to be a huge thick coat of lacquer, just something for the size to stick to.
Dr. Bob's joined us. Hello, mate.
Who was that? Sorry, I missed that.
Dr. Bob.
Oh, hi, Bob.
And Donna said, rain, rain and more rain here in Clackmannanshire. Oh, dear. Pete's got a question for you, Wayne.
Yeah.
He said, after all these years of build-up, what colour is the line across Wayne's ceiling? Answers on a postcard, please.
The good thing is, Pete, is that the line. Oh, sorry, I don't have any plasterboard on the ceiling. It just goes straight up through the rafters.
Alan saying, Chug, ask Wayne to show you the ceiling.
You can't see the ceiling.
No.
Like I say, it's just the rafters. I do have a line up on the bench here.
Yeah.
Behind us. There's a line going up there. It didn't actually hit that bottle.
I've got a cabinet above the lathe and a whiteboard behind it, Wayne. And yeah, there's a perfectly straight line right the way up there, right underneath the cabinet, up the door of the cabinet, and up onto the light above it. I did about 5 centrifuge bowls, one after another. Dr. Bob said he's figured out how to connect his hearing aids so he can just listen. So he's been listening while working. Nice one, mate.
So I'm just using a hot air gun just to dry this off.
Alan says you can't see the ceiling because it's covered in paint.
You can't see the ceiling because everything's covered in dust.
Uh-oh. Lucy's in. Stand by your beds, lads.
Hey,
She
Lucy.
says, good evening, everybody. Made it home, complete with 2 litres of beer. Oh, well, okay. We'll let you off this time, Lucy, for being late. Okay.
Right, so I'm just going to stick a quick coat of lacquer over the top of this. What time are we on anyway?
It is 42 minutes past the hour, mate. You got plenty of time.
Right, that's fine.
What lacquer's that you're using, Wayne?
This is the Hampshire Sheen Professional Clear Gloss Lacquer.
Clear glass. Nice.
And again, switch that on and get that dried. This usually doesn't take very long to dry, this lacquer. It's really good.
Rob's saying he had a go at centrifugal spinning. He said he did it in his kitchen, spinning a tomato ketchup bottle to get the last bit out. Forgot to put the lid on, and his wife was so happy with him. Nice. All right, Adrian. We'll see you later, mate. Adrian Olsen's got to go away.
Right. Yeah, no bother. See you later, Adrian. Thanks for coming in.
He's been caught. Norman Greenwell's got a question for you, Wayne, actually.
Yeah.
Could you put on another colour and spin it in reverse?
Spinning in reverse isn't going to make any difference because it's still, if I spin it this way, it's going from the centre outwards. If I spin it that way, it's going from the centre outwards. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever.
There you go. Pete's asking, hi Lucy, is it Doom Bar or an imitation beer?
I don't know what this fascination is with Doom Bar.
No, I
really don't get it.
It's no spiced rum. That's all I've got to say about that.
I tell you what, this last lot of bloody paintbrushes I got are absolutely useless. Let's open a new pack. That one will do. I thought I had everything here, and I've lost me bloody... Oh, there it is. Okay. It's all right. Don't panic. I found it.
Pete, I'm not sure how much it was because I'm not a Doombar fan, but I know that they had it in Aldi this week. I don't know whether it was on special or anything, but they had stacks of it by the door at ours. Usually that's where they put it when it's when they're doing an offer on it.
So this is the gold leaf size. I want to get a fairly good covering of this because I want a good centrifuge with this one.
And just remember, it's not the size that attracts the flies. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Rob saw a sign for a beer called Neck Oil. That actually sounds pretty good. Apparently, Wayne Doombar is like wine, but just not horrible, says Ben. Dear me.
stick some more on.
Lucy's come home with some strange beer called Hunky Dory, a can of Space Cadet, and a can of Fat Boy Jim. Dear me.
There you go.
Good call, Dr.
Right.
Bob. He's suggesting that you should avoid the rush again and smack that thumbs up. It's great support for Wayne.
A little bit more. Pop that down there. Overhead. That's showing okay?
Yeah, that's showing good, mate.
Right, so get my brush and I am using, what's this? It's the Auctin colour from the Chameleon Pigments.
Okie dokie.
This might be a bit dark. Hopefully it'll show up.
Yeah, you can see where you're putting that on. Would you look at that? Alan Gibbs said, I tried doing bar today for the first time. It wasn't that good. I had to resort back to the vodka. two totally different levels of drinking there, Alan. But yeah, I can get behind that. I would probably switch back to the rum.
Right,
See now, Lucy, that Fat Boy Jim's got blue writing. So they must have modelled that after me.
Stick this back on.
Wurzel's asking, is that the Mrs.'s blusher brush that you're using?
No, I went and bought a set of makeup brushes from the range.
No, Wurzel, it was me that got caught doing that. Oh, I had a rummage around and thought, oh, that looks like that's the one that people use. And then I didn't realise that you couldn't get it clean again afterwards. So I had to face the music.
Go over this with a kitchen towel just to clean off the excess, because there's a lot of it just sitting on top of the bowl rather than just on the sides.
Terry was asking, is that a dry colour that Wayne was using? Yes, it's one of the Chameleon
it's a powder
range.
Yeah, these are very small. You'll probably not be able to see these. Right, these are the different colours that you get from Emma, the tiny turner. These are the chameleon colours, and they are colour shift. So it depends on what light you're in as to what colour it actually comes out with. So I'm going to go back. Oh no, do some lacquer first. I'll put another coat of lacquer on this. Let that dry.
Here, Wayne. Rob from Klingspor says the only spirit he likes is brandy, and I bet it's something like Cavassier as well, isn't it? You could tell he weren't going to be a cheap night out, couldn't you?
Oh, wrong way. Turn that way. That's it.
He's on it, Norman. He's on it. Well reminded. Brian said, it makes the steps very interesting and challenging, Pete, in reply to Pete's comment about it's very difficult to earworm and drink 4 pints of vodka and then walk back to the house. Sleep in the workshop, Pete. There's my answer.
Yeah, that's not bad. So I'll go back and put some more gold size on. And then we'll stick some flakes on to see what that looks like.
Wurzel is asking the question, are they specific for dry use or resin use?
Or you can use them in resin.
There you go, mate.
They are very similar to sort of the mica powders that you get anyway, so I'm getting a couple of runs here, but it's not going to matter because it's all getting flung out centrifugal style anyway.
Pete said makeup brush kits turn up in the middle of Lidl, and it saves a lot of grief. You're right. If I knew that then, it could have saved me
I
a
just
lot of
get them
grief.
from the range, they're just as cheap.
I'll just get them off the dressing table. Rob said, I can just see the look on the shop assistant's face in the range as Wayne walks up and says, I need a very, very soft blusher brush.
Right, now we'll stick some flakes on. Now I'm using this colour or these flakes are, oh, camera.
Camera, mate, yep.
These flakes are from the ethereal colours, and these are pixie flakes.
I thought you was having a Monty Python moment then. My friend. What's funny about a thithith? Oh, would you look at that? I know you said, Wayne, that Emma doesn't normally put a lacquer over them.
No.
But it'd be interesting to know if anybody has put a lacquer over it yet and what, if anything.
I found that the first time I did use the colours, I did put a lacquer over it. I thought it actually tended to dull them down.
Right, okay. That's the question I was getting at.
But I may well lacquer this one anyway. I might have to actually do a different one because this has got a crack in it, and I think that crack might develop. So although I've done this one, I've said it's for the auction, I might have to do a different one.
We'll see. It might be golden.
The This is where the workshop gets covered in glitter.
Dr. Bob is asking, question, did either of you ever think that the two of you are world renowned for Wayne's outstanding skills and your multi-talented sidekick? No, Bob, it's just that
That's
I refuse to shut up.
right. Change camera again. Now, can you
Oh,
see the
that
colour
one.
shift on that?
Yes.
Because I've got lots of gold over here, but I've still got the purple in the centre.
Yes. It's not as obvious there as it is now you've picked it up. When it was on the deck, it all looked purple, but now you've picked it up, it's gone
Yeah.
gold.
Right.
Um,
How's that with the light on?
it's sweet, that is, mate.
Right.
Pete,
See, this is looking green to me now. These flakes.
Wayne, Pete's saying here, as the size is a non-drying one, Emma
Yeah.
says a mist coat of lacquer just sets the surface of the size without dulling the flakes.
Yeah.
And Brian's saying pretty much the same. Emma uses a light dusting of lacquer to help cover the size, which she says never fully dries. You're correct. If you over lacquer the flakes or powders, they will be a bit duller. Cheers, guys. Thank you for that.
And the other thing that's happened as well now, this gold leaf size, which is one that I did get from Emma. She reckons they've changed the ingredients because I've got one bowl in the house which I was going to take to the shop, but I'm going to have to redo it because it is still tacky. It's still tacky. Usually with the size that Emma provides, it does go off a wee bit. But I will be putting lacquer over the top of this anyway. I'll probably wait till I turn the bowl out.
You got it, Andy. You got it. You caught that one. Robert Copper, our Woodturning's joined us as well.
Hiya,
Hello,
Rob.
buddy.
Right, how are we doing on time now?
You are 58 minutes past the hour, mate.
Grand. Right. What I want to do is get rid of all these big lumps here. So the bowl is going to be, let's get my diamond. The bowl is going to be start off around about there, I reckon. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. Donna says she thinks it's going to look amazing. I'm pretty sure we're already at that.
Well, I don't know if you can see, but whenever I'm doing the insides of these platters and dishes and things like this, I start cutting up here way above centre. I'm way above centre. So I'll go in, get the cut, and then as I'm going down towards the centre, I'll bring the handle up. So once I get right to the middle, I'm actually finishing right on the centre point.
Lucy. She says, I love Wayne's splodge and spins. That's the new technical term for it then.
Splodge and spin.
Splodge. Yeah, we're going to do a splodge and spin this week. What? Centrifugal, but it keeps Lucy happy.
There we go. Grant.
Oh, yes. That's a nice contrast as well. $73 lovely people watching, 41 thumbs up, which by my reckoning, 32 of you have a marvellous opportunity to do the gratis button press of the thumb.
Right, just give that a quick. Just use this.
Alan says, question, you haven't done the flick for a while, mate?
No, I didn't want to do the flick on this one, to tell you the truth.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of the glitter actually come off.
Yeah, I think it's the glitter in the air. I keep seeing glitter popping, but I think it's in the air.
Yeah. Not to worry, it still looks okay to me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, I'll probably have to do another one because where's that crack? There is a crack in this. There's a crack is running right across there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to have to get a different piece of wood to do this. I'll just stick a little bit. Oh, hang on. I'll burnish that first. A little bit of sand and sealer in there.
Rob said he's made a call to find out why those flower discs aren't available anywhere except the USA. Apparently, it seems it doubles the cost over a plain 50mm disc.
All right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right, now you see what's happened there? Can you see that ring there?
Yeah.
What's happened there is that I've gone in to get rid of the sand and sealer or knock back the sand and sealer while the sand and sealer is still wet.
So it's burned.
So it's actually started melting into the piece. And it can sometimes be a bugger to get rid of. Let's try 400.
Ben says, surely it's just a different stamp shape. And I agree, possibly would be. But I'd imagine a round stamp is very easily resharpened. A flower stamp would be a bit more difficult. Rob said more material, Ben, and they get a lot less out of a roll. So, yeah, that'd be another reason.
I'm just going to resand that. Yeah, that's done it. Brush.
Alan said, that looks really smashing, mate. You seem to do a lot with sycamore. Is it a good wood to use, or do you just have loads?
No, it's a good wood. It's one of my. If I'm doing colouring, it's my preferred wood to use.
It is quite a good one to get hold of, though, Alan, because it's quite a fast-growing tree, in effect.
Well, a lot of
So,
people class it as weeds.
yeah, my dad does. That's why they cut that tree down at my dad's, the one I processed a couple of weeks ago, because I was like, oh, I need some of that. And my brother was like, yeah, I'll share it with you then.
Right, wipe off the excess of that first.
Apparently, Rob said they're not stamped out. We laser cut everything now. Ben says the one thing he doesn't like with sycamore is ugly grey marks it has. Looks like water stains. The last few pieces I've used, Ben, have had purple lines in them and bright red lines, which are really surprising, but looked
It
awesome.
really all depends on when it's cut, how it's dried, because this piece has got loads and loads of staining on it. Loads. This big plank that I got. That's because it's been air dried. Been outside air drying for around about 8 to 9 years.
The real bona fide Jennifer's Crafting Creations has joined us. She said she was watching, but in the background. Oh no, Mark, let us know. You're okay. Lucy said, is Shug the only earworm tonight? Yeah.
Yes.
It's just that I'm talking enough for 3, Lucy, okay?
I've gritted this now, so what I'll do, while that's running, I'll put 1 coat of lacquer over it while it's running. No, I won't. I'll do it while it's stopped. And then I can show you what it's like.
Bobby's just a DIY. He does a bit of DIY stuff with it, but he had all the smaller bits because he had it for his, dare I say it, open fire. I bagged the larger bits straight away as soon as he said, well, you can have the bigger bits. And if you've got any offcuts, I went, yes, I'll have some offcuts. Scott at Hampton Woodturnings is in. He says, sorry, he didn't say hi earlier. And he says, it's looking wonderful, Wayne.
Thank you. Yep, that's touch dry. So let's get this off the lathe and I can show you what it looks like. See if I can get some different colour change on the camera. Yeah, I have. All that the glitter that I put on has been knocked off. The other colours stayed, but all the glitter's been knocked off.
Yeah, I guess that's why the coating of lacquer then, just to tie it all down.
Yeah, just to tie it all down.
That answered the question nicely.
Not to worry.
A little experiment answered the question, so that's good.
So I'm just getting rid of a couple of message things here.
Oh, look at that Dremel box.
And there it is.
There is still glitter on it though. Yeah. Oh, that's very nice, mate. That is.
Yeah, but you can see that other side.
Yeah.
Where the crack? Yeah, that's where the crack is down there. So, not really a piece that I'd put up for sale or let go for the auction. So, I'll either redo the top and see if I can get rid of that crack because it doesn't go down very far, or I will do it. Oh no, that crack, it actually goes all the way across. So I think I'm going to have to find a different piece of wood and do a separate one for the auction. But it's going to be something like this, the one I do for the auction.
Sweet. That's nice, mate. That is. Rex has got a question for you, Wayne.
Yeah.
You just sprayed some lacquer. How do you keep your lathe bed clean?
By resanding.
Yeah. A quick flick over with the 600 Rex.
Yeah, a quick sand with 600. Uh, no,
Nice.
Norman. No, Norman, you'll have to wait until Steve starts doing the auction. And I'm not very. It's usually about November time, but I'm not too sure. Thank you,
We like
Brian.
them.
Appreciate it.
We like them keen though, Norman. That's good.
Next Saturday night, I might do another piece from this same plank, but it has got a bit of some feathering in there from a crotch piece, so I may well use the Hampshire Sheen colours. Oh, let's bring
Mhm.
Shug in. He's sitting in the background there.
No, no, no! Don't do it. No. All right, I'm here now. Uh-oh. I missed that, Brian.
I think
What?
I caught it, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so next Saturday, splodge and spin.
Splodge and spin. See, originally tonight I was Ben saying, "Is it a big plank?" It was. There's not much of it left now, but it was quite a big plank. It was around about 3 meters long, and at its widest part, it was about 24 inch.
Will you be taking a trip up again soon, Wayne?
Well, he doesn't have any more of that. Obviously, this piece he'd had sitting around for about 7, 8 years, something like that. But he
Mhm.
did get in touch. When did he get in touch? Beginning of July, he got in touch and said he's got some more sycamore in.
Oh,
So I
nice.
will maybe having a trip up to get some more sycamore. And I
Eva's
do buy it
joined
in
us.
plank form.
Good evening, Eva.
Oh, hi, Eva. Never noticed you coming in there. So another look for anybody that didn't get to see it.
Nice.
I really like the colour shift.
Yeah, I do. I'm
Rob
quite,
is asking, can you
quite keen on it.
completely waterproof a bowl? Yes, Rob, you can. You'd have to use a resin. One of the favourite ones that usually gets used is Rustin's Clear Coat, I think it's called.
Yeah, Rustin's clear coat. There's. I think it's food safe. I'm 99.9% certain it's food safe, but you'd have to check,
Yeah,
obviously.
I think it's heat resistant as well, so you can put hot food or hot drinks in as well.
Hmm.
Brian said the date is to be decided, but he thinks it'll be late October. It's usually around about. This is for the makers auction that Steve from SK Crafter runs. Um, Last year was for, I think it was dementia awareness.
Yep.
I'm forgetting what the first year was, but it was 4,200 odd quid that got raised last year. So this year
First
is for the
was
British
the
Heart
first
Foundation.
was the first year the Salvation Army.
It was, yes, you're right. The first year was the Salvation Army, and I think there was 3,000 and odd pound raised for that one.
All you need to do now is glow in the dark paint finish. Rob, like your style. The professor's in. Evening, mate.
Evening, Prof. Sorry you're late, but that's the finished piece.
And Albert Dawson said, "Very nice, Wayne. Thank you for sharing."
No bother, Albert. Anytime,
Some
anytime.
good comments there as
So,
well.
I think it's going to be a shock to everybody's system, but I think Terry's on tomorrow night.
Hold on, are you sure? Has anybody checked?
Well,
Because
in fact, no,
he might be out of the country.
no, because next week he's away over to see Brian, so I think he is on tomorrow night.
No way. Not Terry going on holiday. Make sure he shares that Toblerone with you,
Oh,
Brian.
and Steve's on tomorrow lunchtime, and he will be announcing the next hashtag week.
Yeah. Hmm. Brian
Rob
said,
saying who's Terry.
yeah, Brian said he is supposedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, if there's nothing else, I think I'll finish it there.
Mhm.
And like I say, this is going to be pretty much the format for the future anyway. What I might do is ask different people to come in as earworms as well. I'm not going to do the same as Steve and have special guest earworms. That's basically his. But people who I know and who are set up for being on camera and stuff like that, I may well ask different people to come in and earworm.
Sounds like a plan.
But it's still going to be the Wednesday night. It's still going to be the Saturday night. I won't have a video out tomorrow night. I basically haven't getting around to doing one, and I'm on shop duty tomorrow, so I'm not getting a chance to redo an old one.
Rob, you can fall out with people, you know. Said you was my favouriteest person at the minute. Is it because I didn't do this? How's that? You don't even recognise me now, Rob, do you?
Right then, I think if there's nothing further, I will go ahead and press the button. So thank you, Shug, for coming in. Thanks to everybody for coming along and watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Button's been pressed. Night
See you later,
night.
guys. I've changed his mind now, look. You sure you pressed it, Wayne? 'Cause he's still
I
saying it's
did.
live.